supporting the president. You ain't supporting shit, nigga. Bitch ass motherfucker.
How low do you have to be to throw a drink in somebody's face because they're wearing a Magna hat? A hat that enrages you so much that you have to throw a drink in somebody's face because they're wearing it. Instead of having an honest discussion with the person, no, let's throw a drink in somebody's face. What kind of rational thinking is that? This all-American hero and international icon walked into a restaurant and snacked a Magna hat on somebody's head and took it home to burn it after throwing a drink on the Trump supporter. Newsflash, buddy, if you think this guy is an American hero because he threw a drink in somebody's face, because he disagreed with their political views and a hat raged him so much, and he just walked out like nothing happened, you have some backwards priorities, buddy. Trump supporter gets a drink thrown on him? I see no issue. So you see no issue with somebody being assaulted with a drink because of their different political views. I am truly baffled right now that you don't see anything wrong with this. Imagine if it was the other way around and someone was wearing an Obama t-shirt and an Obama hat and someone threw a drink in their face and took their hat and their t-shirt and went home and burned it. Imagine if it was the other way around. You'd be all over this. But since it's a Trump supporter, nah, I see no issue here. Double standards much? So we're still worried about the pink tax, huh? In 2018. Oh boy, people just love to repeat a dead horse. Let's continue on with the madness.
When I was in high school, I would always buy these types of razors, the men's ones, instead of these types of razors, the women's ones, because these were cheaper.
No, really? It's like almost these razors are made differently. What a revelation. Wow, thank you for telling me that these razors are going to be cheaper because they're made differently. Thank you for telling me that. I wouldn't have known that without you.
But I was always confused. I kept looking at the amount of razor blades, the material quality, even the size, trying to find a difference. But there wasn't one.
The most important difference to the consumer is the shave angle of the two. A man's razor has a greater angle on the blade, which the razor industry calls aggressive exposure for two reasons. Men's beards are tougher than women's leg or underarm hair, require more effort to be cut, and at least as important, women complain much more than men about nicks and cuts, the inevitable consequence of the aggressive exposure of men's blades. Women particularly don't like putting hosiery over red splashes, while men seem perfectly content around walking around their offices in the morning, faces resembling pepperoni pizzas. Most women's razors have a greater arc in the head of the razor so that they can see the skin on the leg more easily as they shave. So women's razors and men's razors are differently from what I just read. So you just completely lied.
So why did the exact same product cost more money because it was pink instead of blue?
Because they are made differently in the factories. One is for shaving beards and can get at much more of an angle. The other one is for shaving legs and will cause like less nicks, cuts, whatever. That's why one costs more and one doesn't, because one more goes into it for like shaving the legs or whatever, and the other one is just for like a cheap razor, just for shaving beards or shaving your mustache or whatever you like. So that's the reason that one costs more than this one over here. It's not the color difference, it's what they do. That's why they cost more.
Fast forward to now. It turns out that this is a real thing.
Oh, wait, you serious? Let me laugh even harder.
It's called the pink tax.
Oh no, not the pink tax. Oh no, just what I truly fear. Oh wait, the pink tax isn't real. It's just a made up thing that can be easily explained.
And it's what 50% of the population pays every time they shop, without even knowing it.
Do you have any basis for those numbers? Do you have any statistics for those numbers? Or are you just saying, look at this neat stat I pulled. Isn't it truly neat I pulled this stat out of thin air just so I can make my point? You need to have solid basis behind your numbers. Otherwise, they're not going to stand firm.
Companies put higher price tags on products marketed to women.
I'm laughing at the fact that you think companies are going to be that silly to market things higher to women because you're a woman. No, more things go into whatever products like shaving gel, clothes, deodorant, whatever. More things go into feminine hygiene products, clothes, whatever. That's why it's higher. They're not charging you higher because you're a woman. They're charging you higher because more things, more time, and more dedication is spent making those products. That's why they charge higher. It's not because you're a woman. It's because more ingredients and things go into those things that you need to buy.
Simply because we are women.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
And while the amounts seem small at first, 8% here, 13% there, it really adds up to more than $1,300 a year.
Once again, do you have any statistics to back up what you are saying? Because if you don't have any statistics to back up your numbers, you're just pulling numbers out of thin air just to make your point. If you don't have any solid proof that it is happening, and this is $1,300 a year, your point's not going to stand. It's just completely moot. It's fluff. It's all thin air.
That's the price of a brand new MacBook, a week in the Caribbean, or even a small used car.
Here's a good idea. Have a point. It makes it so much more interesting for the listener.
And this is not my imagination.
So that's going to be it for me, guys. Everything I talked about in this video will be in the description below for you to go check out on your own time. Have a great day, guys. Remember to stay awesome.